Welcome to the Nutty Knitty Sisters podcast, a podcast about knitting, spinning, and fiber-related creations. We're your hosts,
Julie
and Judith.
You can find us on social media as Nutty Knitty Sisters on Instagram, at Nutty Knitty Sisters on YouTube, and you can email us at nuttyknittysisters@gmail.com.
If you're watching for the first time, welcome, and thanks for joining us.
If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks for returning. We'd appreciate it if you'd click the subscribe button below so you don't miss any broadcasts.
Click that bell, you'll be notified as soon as new videos are loaded.
Now, grab your knitting, find a comfy spot,
And let's get a little nutty. Hello! Welcome back. It is July 9th. Friday. I don't even know what day it is. And we are here for our June updates to share what kind of shenanigans we've gotten into in June. It's about to get a lot more lively on this channel because, Yarn Cruise is coming up.
Yay.
And Rhinebeck is just after that. And we get to do Yarny Adventures again.
Yes.
So, there will be some yarn cruise adventures coming very soon. Talk to us about your June, Julie.
My June, it was a blur.
It really was. It went fast.
So fast. I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
It was just too fast.
In a flash.
Yep.
Seriously, in a flash. I couldn't believe it when July 1st came around. I'm like, what?
And just like that, half the year.
It seems like we just recorded May update. Well, we recorded that a little late.
Yeah, we
but,
did.
Yeah, it seems like we just recorded May. And here we are in June already.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening in your world? Talk chickens. We haven't heard chicken talk
chickens?
in a while. How's your rooster doing?
Oh, Rooster's gone. Yeah.
Oh.
Roosty didn't make it.
He didn't.
Nope. He got...
The time at the spa did not do him any good.
No. We put him back out for a little bit because he seemed to get perked up pretty good there, and he was walking again and back to his rooster self. And then he got sick again, the same thing again.
Poor thing.
And he just didn't recover that time.
Oh. So now you have no testosterone.
Yes, we have a guinea testosterone.
Guinea testosterone.
Yeah.
Will he fertilize the regular
chickens? Not that we've seen.
Okay.
He's a bully.
Oh. So he's the protector. He's not.
Yeah.
You're not looking to expand your flock.
No. Nope. We have, let's see, we have the one male, one female guinea, and then we have 12. The other chickens, I think we have 12. So I think we still have 14 altogether. Yep.
I have some exciting chicken news.
Oh.
I have a broody hen.
Oh, yay!
So,
you may have more chickens.
Yeah, we went away for July 4th weekend. Went to Boston for my husband's birthday. And we did not see the fireworks because by the time July 4th came around, we were so tired. We went to bed at 8:30. And even though the fireworks were right in the heart, we stayed at Citizen M near Boston North Station, which is not that far from
where it all
the
happens.
bay. But the fireworks were at 10:30.
Oh, wow.
We didn't even hear them go off. I slept right through it. But when we were gone that weekend, my oldest daughter, Kayla, she lives with us, so she kind of tends the animals and watches the homestead for us. And she's terrified of birds. She will let my chickens out, and she will feed them, and she will water them, and she will close the door at night, but she will not go anywhere near them. So she did try to check for eggs, but Mama Hen almost took her hand off. So she was like, she's just going to have them. So she sat on them all weekend, and it got her like really broody. And she's been broody once before this year, and I broke her of it just by taking the eggs, but this set it in.
Yeah.
So she's got 7 eggs under her, and I'm just going to let her go and see what happens.
Yeah.
She is the chicken that was injured by stray dogs that got into my pen. She had like a chunk taken out of one of her legs, and she still has a little bit of a limp. She's also developed bumblefoot.
Oh.
on that same leg. So it's probably good that she's off her legs
Yeah.
and sitting on eggs for the time being. So, so we might have chicks. We'll see. Stay tuned next month.
Yeah, what is it, 21 days?
21-day incubation period. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So I've got my Alexa telling me like when
Mm-hmm.
to check for chicks. So
Cool.
you'll have babies. But yeah, that's my chicken news. That's it.
Cool.
Anything else happen in your world in June?
Just crazy busy in the shop.
Yeah.
Very crazy busy getting, I'm getting requests for anything and everything. That's the only way I can put it. I've done boat windows now. You know, the
Boat windows?
vinyl and canvas
Oh.
zip-on boat windows.
Oh, okay.
I've had someone come in that's anchored down in Rockport Marina that wants bunk cushions and sheets and things like that.
She'll be
Yeah.
making sales now.
It's funny, but yeah, I'm getting just about everything.
Nice. Keeping you busy.
It is, yeah.
Good. Good,
Very
good.
busy.
Busy's good.
Busy's good.
I thought about you today. I ordered, when we went to Boston, I found, if you're familiar with Voss water,
Mm-hmm.
it comes in a like a cylindrical bottle. Well, I found like mini Vosses.
Oh, cool.
Little tiny, like little mini. And we made the kids these I Spy things out of water bottles. We put colored rice in
Yeah.
and then put little teeny tiny toys in.
Yeah.
Before we put them in, I took a picture, and that kind of, it's laminated and hangs on the bottle. So they can find the things, and with a dry erase marker, they X off the things as they find them.
Cool.
It's really fun. It's really cool. But because it's a water bottle with all the little dents and stuff in it, it's kind of hard to, but these Voss bottles are
They're
just
completely smooth.
perfect. So I brought home 5 of them, and I ordered today a bunch of little charms
Ah.
to do different bottles, like some Christmas themed charms to go in one, and some animals and some other, just all kinds of different charms. Well, this one charm pack has 350 pieces in it. I'm never going to use that many charms, but it was cheaper than, getting 45 of them.
Right.
So I also ordered some jump rings and some little clasp,
Mm-hmm.
lever clasps, I think they're called.
Yep.
So I thought those would be fun to make for Rhinebeck, to pass out at
Yeah.
Rhinebeck. So
Yeah.
we'll,
So look us up at Rhinebeck.
yeah, we'll be on the hill. If you come find us,
We'll have to
stitch
get our
markers for you.
cards done so we can attach little stitch markers.
Yes, we will. So, and in that same vein, we hit 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
I think we were at 101 this morning.
So we should have a giveaway.
Yes, we should.
We should have
What
a
should we give
giveaway.
away? My husband. I didn't say that out loud. What should we
Funny.
give away?
Well, I have something special going on right now.
Julie does have something special going
I
on.
do. I have a collaboration with Danarae Makes, which is DANARAEMAKES. So at that on Instagram, and she's doing a Christmas in July make along, and I am offering Advents for the Christmas
I
in July.
saw the cool
make-along.
boxes that you posted on Instagram.
Yeah, so
Julz Makes on Instagram.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yep. Julz Makes on Instagram. Julz.makes on Instagram.
Julz.makes.
Yep. But they're in my Etsy shop. So if you go to Etsy, it's just Julz Makes is the name of the shop. And yeah, I have 4 themes. There's Christmas, ocean, forest, and celestial. So all the stitch markers and progress keepers will be in the theme of whichever one of those you choose. And you can choose to get weeks, so 7 days, a week of opening, or 12 days for opening.
Cool.
So maybe we should give away an Advent.
Would you do that?
Yeah.
Julz is awesome. So, this is like contest on the fly here.
Yeah, it is.
So what shall we say? Just a comment below, and
Yep.
we'll pick a random comment.
Comment below which of the 4 themes you would
Yes.
choose. Christmas, forest, celestial, and ocean. I had to think about them.
So Christmas, celestial, forest, and ocean.
Yeah.
Comment below
One of those.
4
Yep.
to be in a drawing, and we'll draw live here next week. Not next week.
Next month.
Next month. Oh, that's too much recording all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next month we will draw for the winner.
Yeah.
Yay!
And I'll do free shipping in the U.S. and $10 flat rate shipping for international. So international will just cover that $10.
There you go.
I'll send it your way.
And it's just on YouTube. The contest is just on YouTube.
Yeah. So you have to comment.
Yeah. But
On
I will
YouTube.
announce it on Insta and all the places too. So yay! Yay! That's fun! I love it. Our first giveaway. All right. So that's exciting. I'm pretty stoked about that. Like,
Yeah.
who'd have thought?
Why not?
Just a couple crazy Maine girls
Yeah.
talking to a camera, and you all come to watch.
Oh, and
It's
I want to
awesome.
mention we got a visit from
Yes.
Woolins, I think it is, or is it just Woolin?
I think it's Lynn.
Woolin. Okay. Anyway, hi, Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
And
I'm
thank
so
you
sorry I missed you.
Thank you for stopping in the shop. It was great to meet you.
I wish I'd been here. Yeah, she's always comments and likes all of our stuff on Instagram.
Oh, she was so sweet. She came in. She said, "I just had to stop. We were in the area. I had to stop and tell you how much I enjoy watching you while I'm spinning." It's like, oh,
Well, we appreciate.
yes,
We definitely
very
appreciate
much.
you guys watching and like enjoying our chaos.
Yeah,
Because it's fun. It's fun. We have fun doing it.
yep.
So that's news. How about FOs?
FOs, yes. I actually have an FO.
Yay! Did you fix the other FO yet?
No, no.
I haven't fixed
I
my own
really
cities
got
either.
hooked on this FO and couldn't
Yeah,
put it down.
yeah, it's stunning.
So I don't. Did I show the one? I think I showed
I think you
the
showed
one.
the one.
So now here's the 2. Here's the pair.
They're
And
awesome.
I am so thrilled with them. And they're so out of my comfort zone, but
They're awesome.
I love them.
They're so great. They'll go with anything.
Yeah, I can pick them. This is Vanilla Sock on Magic Loop by Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady. Crazy Sock Lady. So this is the Desert Vista Dye Works yarn, the colorway for the Summer Sock Camp for the Crazy Sock Lady. Summer Sock Camp 2021 colorway, because there was one last year
this is
as well.
one of the fireflies in it.
Yeah, it's got the little
Yeah.
sky, stars, fireflies, sparks from the fire. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's cool because it's got the little
Yeah.
detail there.
I love
And it's
that.
such a pretty colorway. And then she includes the little mini, so I used the mini on the toes and the cuffs, and I'm thrilled with it.
These are the ones I was mesmerized watching you knit last episode.
It
They turned
really,
out great.
her patterns, Kay's patterns are really, really fun. They're easy. They're well
You know,
explained.
You mentioned that on the last episode, and I did go out on Ravelry and add it to my library because I want a good, like, just plain vanilla
sock.
sock pattern that is magic loop that I can do 2 at a time.
Mm.
And yeah, and you've raved about it. I've watched a couple of her episodes, and I like the way that I've never really marked my stitches to count my stitches
yeah.
for the leg. I just kind of, they look like they're the same, and you always end up a little bit off, but I did the little thing with the bold markers and counted the stitches on this last pair of socks I did, and so now I'll know, like, a basic, I
know your
love
vanilla
60 rows, or I love 70 rows, or whatever. I'll know my personal
Yeah.
sock pattern.
Yep. I found it was very easy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Summer Sock Camp is in full swing and goes through August, I believe. It might even be September, but I can't remember. I think it's through August. But yeah, she's got a group on Ravelry, so the Crazy Sock Lady on Ravelry. Check it out and join us. You can be in a cabin that meets whatever method you're using, whether it's magic loop or DPNs or 9-inch circulars, and there's a wild card cabin too. So if you're doing flexi flips or high flyers or something like that, you can be in the wild card cabin. Everybody can join.
Cool. I have been so tempted by so many knit-alongs. There are so many out there right now,
Yeah.
and I just can't. I've got so Tour de Fleece is on right now, people. I just can't. But I will definitely be looking up that one next year.
Yeah.
Because
That's a fun one. It
Yeah.
really is.
socks are so much fun in the summer.
I just love socks.
Yeah, yeah. There's one coming up. There's a make-along. It's not really a mystery because I think the pattern is already out there. I went and got it, but for the yarn cruise,
Yep.
yeah. And it's a really beautiful shawl. Really,
And I
really
don't think it's a
pretty.
real big one this time.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, so I'm excited to do that. This is the last sock for Helen's Sock Society, so now I'll be a little bit
You'll have a
open to
little
doing
more
whatever.
time.
I still want to do a sock a month, but I'll be able to kind of.
Well,
I'll
you can
be able to
always
do
join-
just vanilla
You
socks.
can always join summer sock camp.
Yeah, I could in August. Yeah, late bloomer. That's me.
Why not?
Got any others?
FOs? No.
Okay.
No, that's it.
All right. I don't have many. I know I say that every time. But
Yes.
I really don't this time. So this is my biggest one. This is the Hold a Cushion by Arnie and Carlos. They had a YouTube video where they showed it was being released. I immediately went to their website and got it because I love cushions. I have a ton of cushions on a day bed in the room that is my craft room and my grandkids' room when they're over. So there's like a ton of cushions on their day bed. And some of them, the cushion covers were getting a little ratty. So I made it. It's so pretty. I made it out of Bernat something.
Oh, the blanket
The bulky.
one.
Yeah, Bernat blanket. I think that's what it's called.
Oh yeah, Bernat. Yeah,
It's kind of a chenille feeling bulky yarn. But it came out perfect. The stitch
really-
definition
yeah, it
is
really-
so amazing.
Yeah.
And because it was huge and it was on I think it was on 10 and a half.
Oh
US
gosh,
10 and a half.
I was gonna guess even bigger than that.
I can't remember, to be honest. I think the pattern called for 13, but I didn't like how open it was. Like this is still, you can kind of a little in places see the pillow form. But the ones that I tried at first, it was really open. So I got up to here and I'm like, nope, I don't like it. So I ripped it all out. But yeah, and it's the same on both sides. It is knit in the round. So it's just a super fun, super quick knit. It's got a charted pattern for the cabley bits, and you just repeat the cable.
Twice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's my first one.
How big is that?
I think it's 14.
Oh no. Gotta
No.
be bigger. I was gonna guess 20 or 22.
Really?
Oh yes.
Oh,
That's an 18 that I have on.
I
display.
think the pattern called for 14. I want to say it called for 14,
Wow.
but I did like this much of it, and then I held it up to the pillow, and it looked like it was gonna fit, so I went with it, and it did. Yeah.
Cool.
I think their pattern uses Rowan something. Big wool? Rowan big wool is what their pattern calls for.
So maybe this is a super bulky.
Could
and
be.
theirs is bulky.
Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I
though.
didn't gauge swatch because I don't.
A pillow can be any size.
That's exactly it. Like I said, I knit down to here. I didn't like how open it was. It was a little big. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go down a needle size. And then when I knit down to there again, it looked like I liked the way it looked. It wasn't too see-through. And it looked like it fit. When it was done, it did. So
There we go.
dumb luck. So next, in my in my Arnie and Carlos bag, because I love them, is...
Don't forget.
Yes, and Helmer and Freya.
Yes.
So I have put aside my dishcloths.
Oh.
I have a crap ton of dishcloths. Like, I will,
Everybody gets dishcloths.
everybody, I'm gonna be Oprah at Christmas. You get a dishcloth. You get it. Everybody gets a dishcloth. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overrun. So I do still have the cotton yarn and the needles in my purse. So if I get stuck in traffic or what at a doctor's appointment, whatever, and I don't have the project with me, when don't I? I'll be able to do a dishcloth. Or like movies.
Mhm.
Like the weekend I went away by myself, I went to the movie and I knit a dishcloth in the movie theater. It was perfect. So
You could always join those together and have a really cool cotton blanket.
I could,
Yeah.
but I don't like to sew.
You don't have to sew. You can
They're
kitchen.
dishcloths. They're dishcloths. I ain't got time for that. I haven't even woven the in the ends.
Oh,
I have to have a weaving in ends
well,
party.
there. That's see, join instead of weave in.
And I got these too that I got to weave in ends.
Ooh.
Yeah. So June, as it happens, had 5 weekends in it.
Mm.
So I have 5
Hi,
little baubles. So this is Arnie and Carlos, 55 baubles, and 55 Christmas balls, I think is what the name of the book is. And I've been trying to do a bauble a week. I'm behind. I didn't do one last week because I went to Boston.
Yeah.
So, I have an
Reprieve.
excuse. Yeah, and it's really hard to read charts on a train. So, this was the first one.
That's cute.
I like that one.
Mm.
And then, I don't remember the order, but I'm just gonna, this, I think, was little birds.
Oh,
Like
yeah, I
standing
can
on their
see 'em.
legs?
Yeah, I can see them.
And then, like a star. I like that one a lot. I'm really enjoying these patterns, honestly. And then this one. This one got, my floats weren't right. I've got a lot of dimpling. I don't know what happened. I think this may have been the first bauble that I tried having both strands of yarn, both colors on one.
Continental. On
Yeah,
both.
continental on both. I was doing combination,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried it on both because it was really just, it was starting to get a tangle.
Mm.
And I like doing both on one, but my gauge was a little, any hoozle. You can
is
see,
it bells?
yeah,
Ah, cute.
Yeah. You can see right here it's quite puckered on the corners. So I just need to just practice.
Mm-hmm.
This one came out a little bit better. Little
Aw,
trees.
trees.
Yeah. So
Cute.
they're fun.
Yeah.
So this will be another weaving in ends party and stuffing party. I'm saving from all of my socks and all the other works and stuff, all the little, scraps of yarn that you, and I'm going to card them and make them into fluff.
Oh, so that you can stuff with the
And
fluff.
stuff with the wool fluff.
Is this the beginning of your red and white collection? You had mentioned doing an all red and white collection.
No, it's just that I had a large piece of this red. I think this was, I know it was done roving. I used it in my skirt. That,
Was it tomato?
Harpswell?
Ripe tomato?
Yes, ripe tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like really, really red. It's got some variation to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a bunch left over, so I'm like, I'm just gonna go with it. Because my mini skein situation.
I'm actually going to take some of my yarn and make some mini skeins. I hardly have any.
Oh, come shop at my house. I got you covered. And then Helen's sock
Oh, that's
from last
pretty.
month. You haven't seen these yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
I didn't bring a blocker.
Oh, here, use one of mine.
All right.
And I don't know if it's over or not, but guess what my blockers are? Shark Week.
Shark Week! I love it. I love it. Oh, I love that guy right there.
Yeah.
cool. Shark sock blockers. So this was Lavender Fields, I think was the name. If it's not, I'll correct myself in the comments. But it was a shorter sock than what we've had before. And it had this really cool, like, picot edge. And it reminds me of, like, the little tufts of heather, lavender blossoms on the top of a lavender plant. And then it's just got this little bit of kind of a waffly lace
Almost
stitch.
a lattice work kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then an eye of partridge type heel.
It's making it a deeper purple than it really is.
Yeah.
It's almost a lilac purple.
And this I dyed myself.
Nice.
Yeah. This is Naked Yarns fingering superwash and nylon. I think it's 85 superwash merino, 15 nylon. And I dyed it in Sugar Plum by Country Classics, acid dye in a crock pot. And it didn't come out exactly how I wanted. And there was a lot of like some negative spacey places. So I threw in some Quicksilver dye to get me that kind of gray, sprickly look.
Yeah.
And it came out so cool.
It
I
did.
am so pleased with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now I get to wear
It
them.
almost has a tonal effect. You almost don't realize that it's silver, but if you look,
Yeah.
you can see the
You can look
grayish
really,
silver.
really close. You can see like the grayish.
It's really blowing it out.
Yeah, it really is. It's not that purple.
No, it isn't.
But they're cool. I had fun dyeing it. I had a lot of fun knitting them. They knit up really, really quick. So I had some extra time on my hands because I finished them well before the end of the month. And so I needed a filler pattern. So my filler pattern, and I think I might have shared this as works in progress last month. I did the lacy chapeau hat and cowl. I can't remember who the designer is, I'm sorry. But I'll put her down below.
I think you had the hat done last time and
Yes.
you were working on the cowl.
Yes. And I've had this in my queue for a long time because I had this, the pattern specifically mentions this Lion brand homespun yarn. But yeah, it's like a big, nice slouchy hat. And then, I'm not putting the cowl on because it's freaking hot in here. But then a big, beautiful, scrunchy,
squishy.
like, can you just see me skiing the Alps? Yes. No, I'd break a hip. But yeah, it's really pretty.
It is pretty.
So, that's it for FOs for me.
Wow.
That's it.
A mild month.
A very mild month. And I forgot my whips.
Oh.
But I can share pictures, so you go
Yeah.
with your whips. Let's see
Whips,
what you've
I
got for
really
whips.
only have one right now. I mean, I have a couple other whips that are moldy nuts.
Moldy nuts.
Remember
Yes,
moldy
remember
nuts?
nut dishes
And all those things, yes.
I couldn't remember them anymore, so we're just gonna call them what they are.
Yes, yeah. They're languishing in bags for me to decide that I want to love them again.
Love them or frog them.
I know. Actually, one is a pair of shorties. I've got one done of shorty socks, and so I've got to pick that up.
Yeah.
I need to get that other one done. But these are...
That's stunning.
Isn't that... This is the
God, I love that
Yarnable
yarn.
subscription box yarn. This was the May yarn, and it was Sweet Pea.
Oh yes, we recorded this last month.
Did
Or-
we?
Yeah.
Oh yes, this is
The
May.
unboxing.
The unboxing was June, which
Oh.
I have to upload yet. Sorry, folks. It's very late this time. June is, but anyway, this is the Yarnable subscription box for May, and Sweet Pea. That's the colorway, and I am doing.
I love that pattern.
Oh, this is Kay, the crazy sock lady, because I absolutely love her sock patterns. This is the Rhinebeck Roomies,
Ooh.
but I modified it
You modified
to be shorties.
I love it.
Yeah. I think if I was to
cute.
do them again, because I did just 10 rows of the cuff, which normally it's 20, and I did one of the pattern repeats, which is 4 rounds for one repeat. If I do them again, I would go ahead and do the 20, and I would do 2 repeats of the pattern. They're very much like, almost the no-show, because they're like just
ankle socks.
Yep, they're more than like an ankle sock than a real what I would call a shorty. So I love them though, and the pattern is so cool. It is so addictive.
It looks super fun to knit.
Right? It's really cool. And the yarn, I was afraid maybe it would be too busy, but it's actually working quite well.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You know what that yarn reminds me of? Black cherry ice cream.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just
Yes,
hungry.
it does.
Doesn't it? Those
It does.
little sprecks of like dark cherry
Little
colors.
chunks of black cherries in there. Yep.
Now I need chunky cherry ice cream. I love that stitch.
Yeah. And I'm normally not a fan of pattern on the top of the foot.
Yeah, I know you've done socks before where you do the pattern down to
Down the leg,
the
The
foot,
heel.
and then the leg you do vanilla.
Yep. But
I
really
like-
like this pattern, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on the top of the sock too.
Yeah, I like patterns on the sock, on the top of the sock. I do. I like a good vanilla sock too, but
I think I've had some patterns that were just too thick,
much.
and I didn't like the feel of that pattern. But this is it's very smooth on the backside. It's almost just it's just regular old purl stitches on the back. So I think it's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
And I'm doing these on size 1s, which normally I do a 1.5, but the pattern called for a 1, and I said, let's
That's
try
what
it,
I
see what it
use.
turns out. And I love the fabric.
Yes.
It's nice and firm.
Yes.
I think they're going to wear really well, so
Yeah,
I
these.
may be a convert to size 1.
Yeah, these are done on. I do size 1 on all of them. And
Yeah.
it just makes such a nice, firm. Yeah. See, we must have very similar stitch gauge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a nice, firm fabric.
Yeah.
And it like hugs your foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the very first socks I made on 2s, and I've got to fix those already, so I think it's a little bit too loosey for the way I knit to do it on 2s.
Yeah.
So I'm
It
doing
had been a long time since I did socks, and then I started this year, and my first pair I did on 2s, and they're too loose. They're nice. I mean, they're super, super duper comfy, but they're too loose.
Yeah.
When you put a shoe on and they bunch,
Yeah.
you know it's too loose.
It's too loose.
So I switched to 1s, and they're perfect.
Yep.
The fabric
I
is
really like
perfect.
'em. So that's another, all because of Kay.
Thank you, Kay.
Yep. So it's on my Chowgu doing it magic loop. So magic loop cabin for summer sock camp. I got my Lava Rock Progress Keeper.
Oh, I
Make
don't have it on
those.
today, but yeah, I have one of those. I love it.
And what's my stitch marker this time? Oh, my stitch marker this is an experiment stitch marker actually. I had the gold, it was really hard to see, but I had the gold wire, which is a nice firm wire and holds its shape well. And then I found some wire, the teal color is my favorite color. But when I got the wire and tried it, it's quite soft. It won't hold its shape. So I twisted it around the gold wire.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it works great.
I love that
and
little bead. That's pretty.
Yeah, kind of almost reminds me of I don't know, has like an Asian
Yeah, like a Japanese,
Asian flair.
The
the
cherry, blossoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something along those
You
lines.
see it on all the rice paper
Mhm.
room divider kind of things.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's my in progress. I'm hoping this weekend to get this sock done. I'm making pretty good progress. I don't have a whole lot more to go before I'm ready to start the
Yeah.
toe decreases.
You have smaller feet than I do.
So yeah, hopefully I'll have those done this weekend, and next podcast have a pair to show.
Yay!
That's the only whip.
That's the only whip.
Yeah.
The only whips I have are my baubles. No more dishcloths. I have a sock that I started on the train ride to Boston with the Arnie and Carlos Lafoten yarn. I had Kayla pick one out, and I just started a vanilla sock with it, and I've gotten to where I finished the gusset decreases and I have to put it down because Helen Stewart's Sock Society pattern was released, so now I have to pick that up and go with that instead. So those will be the two that I have. I haven't actually started her sock, so it's not technically on the needles, but yeah. I don't think I have any other whips. I think that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy.
Cool.
I think. Yeah, that's it. I will post a picture in here of the partially completed Arnie and Carlos one. No. Spinning updates. Any spinning updates for you, Julie?
No. I need to bring my wheel into the shop.
Mm-hmm. You need to get on the Tour de Fleece bus, girl. There's no pressure. There's no there's no minimum or maximum.
Like you though, I would put pressure on myself.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I know I would. We'll see what next year looks like. This has just been a crazy,
Yeah.
getting moved in, getting things going, and it taking off much quicker and more than I thought it was going to, and just juggling a lot of things right now. So maybe by next year it will have taken a smooth.
A lot of people in the group that I'm in on Facebook, they just commit to 10 minutes a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like through the tour, I am going to sit at my wheel for 10 minutes a day. Trish from Fiber Love Diary, I think is the name of her podcast. I love her. I love her. I've been watching her. She does a live every day for the tour. And she's made the commitment to do 20 minutes of spinning a day. And so she's spinning live on her YouTube channel for the 20 minutes. So a lot of people do that. They'll just say, I'm 15 minutes a day at my wheel, no matter what.
The thing is, I know I would have to do 30 minutes because, it takes me like 10 minutes to get, like, I feel like I'm back in the rhythm again.
Yeah. But if you do it 10 minutes every day,
that may be different.
It won't take you, like that first time will be a little awkward, but then once you get the hang of it again, you're doing it every single day and you won't have that awkward restart feeling.
True.
Yeah.
We'll see. Check in with me again next year.
Okay. You might see a Nutty Nitty Sisters spin along.
Ooh.
I have been spinning like a fiend. So, let me just bring this suitcase
my word,
over
you
here.
see the size of this bag.
So before Tour de Fleece, I had some things on my bobbins that I had to clear off. So this was on my drop spindle, and I think this is Corriedale Cross. So I finished that on the drop spindle. I spun it and plied it on the drop spindle. I was so proud of myself.
Nice.
And then this was on the Eel Wheel Nano that Julie lent me, and now I'm going to keep it forever until I get a Hanson Craft. So that I spun and plied. And let me tell you what, Plying, look at the twist on this. Oh, there you are. Look at the twist on this.
I love a high twist yarn.
It was hard not to high twist. I even over twisted a little bit of it. You can see it right there. It was hard not to over twist because it goes fast. So that's that. I don't know what this is. I think this might be, I don't think it's Cheviot. I think this might be Corriedale Cross too from Paradise Fibers. It was just in a bag and I don't keep track of anything. So there's that. And then the other thing I had on my wheel was this lovely creature.
She doesn't want to leave that bag unattended, I'll tell you. Because I have fallen in love with that.
This one I have GPS tracking on because she will take it if I don't. This was, I think it was called Mermaid Tail. Mermaid's Tail by Holy Sheep Balls 406 on Etsy. And I got this like before I knew what I was doing in spinning. And I just loved it. And I'm like, I'm not going to touch this braid until I know kind of more what I'm doing. Not that I do now, but I'm feeling a little more confident.
It was time.
So I just split the braid down the middle, spun it on 2 bobbins, and then plied it together. So you get just a little bit of barber poling here and there, but mostly you get a good gradient. I just love it. I can't remember what the fiber is. I think I want to say it's merino, but I could be wrong. You'll see in the show notes. But yeah, it's pretty. I don't know the yardage of any of this because I haven't counted it. I ain't got time for that. When the tour is over, then we'll talk. Mm-hmm. So I also had this going. This was from Paradise Fibers, Fiber of the Month Club, January 2021. This was a Targhee braid. Yeah.
I love Targhee.
And they had, I thought it was a cable, but it's actually a braid. It's a crocheted, they're like crocheted strips that you braid into this headband. I thought it was a cable. So I spun it with a really high twist to get good stitch definition, and it looks like I'm going to be crocheting with it instead. But it also came with Firestar. So this is 3-plied, chain-plied Targhee. Straight up Targhee, and I'm not a good chain plier. You can see like there's all kinds of wonkiness, but it's hand spun.
Well, if you don't like it, you know where it can go.
Right. And then it also came with Firestar, so I thought I'd take a little of the Targhee, and I did 2 bobbins of Targhee, 1 bobbin of straight up Firestar. That was fun to spin. And then I regular plied, 3-plied them together, and I got this little sparkly.
I wish you could see the sparkle. It's really pretty.
Yeah. So there's just one little strand that kind of runs throughout that sparkles a little bit.
You know what it reminds me of? The baby yarn you used to get. I think it was Bernat cord knits. And it had that one little strand of shine around it. That's what that reminds me of.
I'm kind of curious how it would dye.
Oh.
Does Firestar pick up acid dye the way that wool does?
I don't know.
If there's any experienced dyers, because I dyed a little, but I don't know what I'm doing. If you could comment below and let me know if Firestar will pick up like acid dye, country classic acid dye, the way that wool does. I would love to know so I can know whether it's worth dyeing it or just leaving it natural. I think it would be fun to dye it and have that white.
Yeah, or at least...
Or even if it picks up differently.
Right. It's almost like when you do wool and silk. They each take the dye differently.
Yeah.
It would be neat to see.
Could even do ice dyeing.
Ooh,
yes. I'm into the ice dyeing thing after doing some ice dyeing. So comment below and let me know what Firestar, how it reacts to dyeing. So that is all like my spinning oh no, it's not. I have more FOs for spinning. So, Tour de Fleece started, and I started with a Polworth from Paradise Fibers. Oh, before I show you that, I gotta show you this. I'm so excited. I'm keeping records. So I did actual test spinning.
Wow.
And did control cards. I've seen some people do like little, just little like index cards. But I found this online through Daisy Fraser Wreath. I did a Google search and I found these and I printed some up. So it kind of gives you a little more space to put your different samples and stuff. So this was the Polworth that I did. There's the single, just a 2-ply back, 3-ply back, 2-ply actual bracelet, chain ply, and then like a regular 3-ply holding 3. And I liked this 3-ply one the best. So that's what I did with all of these. I looked them up in the Fiber and Fleece source book. There's another book, A Spinner's Book of Fleece. And I really studied. I haven't
Wow.
studied since high school. So anyway, so that was the Polworth, and so I did 3 bobbins of it. Wait, I'll have a binder. Yeah, that'd be cool. So I did 3 bobbins of it, and I wanted to make sure to keep my bobbins fairly clear because it's a long tour. So I put some on storage, and these are the 3 singles that I did. And this is dyed with walnut powder. And it's going to be a 3-ply, and just feel that 3-ply. It's very boingy, squishy.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I love a high twist yarn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this one I definitely want to try to mimic that high twist there. I did not like the chain ply, because I don't like chain plying.
It's very similar, but it does not have the give.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this had a lot more boing to it. So that's what that's going to grow up to be. And then the next one I did was BFL and Tussa Silk. This was done with Kool-Aid dye, and I'll be putting a video on in a little bit of the Kool-Aid dyeing. I may even upload it before this gets uploaded. Of me and the kids Kool-Aid dyeing on the deck in a thunderstorm.
Oh my.
So I did the same thing, and I even did, I don't gauge
Test
swatch,
swatch.
but I did a test swatch for my spinning. I'm so proud of myself.
gosh.
And it turned out great. I happened to have a size 6 pair of needles on my desk during a conference call, and I had all of these like extra, you spin out a sample and you take off what you need to try your different plying. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to throw it on needles and see what happens. And I love it.
Nice.
So this is going to be a 2-ply. And that is on the 2 bobbins. So you can see just very subtle yellow and green from the Kool-Aid. I didn't want a whole, oops, I got my bobbin wet. I didn't want a whole lot of color in it because this fiber was so pretty. I really wanted a subtle
Was
color.
it a natural heathery kind of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the BFL. Oh, it was so, and it was fun to spin, but there were sections, it was well blended, but there were little sections of it where the tussa was a little more prominent, where it kind of got away from me a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty.
And so you said you're going to make it what? 2-ply?
I'm going to make it 2-ply. Yeah, so
That'll
it'll
be light.
That's the 2-ply, just the ply back, but the actual 2-ply
okay.
bracelet ply is here.
Oh, yeah.
I think the 2 plies from the bobbin versus the bracelet are going to be very similar, so that's where I'm going with that.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Eco Soul. So this one, Julie would not have liked to spin. I really enjoyed it. It was fun to spin, and it spun super fine. I don't know if you can see. It did spin really, really fine.
Well, there's your...
Yeah.
It's the single. Tiny.
Yeah. It's a lot like silk. It was very slippery. I mean, it's got rose fiber in it. It's bio nylon and rose fiber.
Wow.
So the rose fiber behaved a lot like Tussa silk, in my opinion. The bio silk squeaks. Like as you're drafting it, it squeaks like cornstarch.
Cold chills.
So it was like if you feel this swatch.
No, I don't think I want to feel it. I almost was going to, but I didn't.
And I know my swatches are not like, they're not real swatches because they're not like the standard size, but it was what I had left from my test ply, so I just decided to knit them up and see what happened. And I liked the way that the 2-ply knit up. This is nice too, but I think I liked this a little bit better. So
I will show them, but I'm not touching them.
go ahead, touch them, Julie.
No.
Just
So that one is the 2-ply, right?
Yeah.
And that's the
The chain ply.
chain ply.
Yeah. And I'm just not a big fan of chain. I've got to practice more to get it right. But so that will be. Actually, it's not going to be bracelet plied. I learned a new technique from Trish on Fiber Love Diary called turkey plying.
Oh wow.
Turkey claw plying. So you take your fiber from your bobbin, roll it around your pinky so it's good and tight, right? So it's like it'll hang on. You're not going to lose your end. And then you put your hand kind of like this, and you wrap it around your hand and your finger, and you just go around like that. And when it gets full, it naturally drops off your finger and onto your arm with enough slack in it so that
it will undo.
And it's kind of like bracelet plying, but it's just way easier just to kind of do this and let it slide off. Oh my God, it was brilliant.
I love the variation in that.
I know.
Colors.
I know. And
Unfortunately, I can't touch it, but it's pretty from a distance.
I don't know how it'll feel. I don't think it squeaks as a fabric. I think it was the drafting, like the scales on the bio nylon.
I'll take your word for it.
We'll see what she thinks about the yarn. So next was super fun Merino and Stellina. This was from the March 2021 Fiber of the Month Club box. And I wanted to do a thick and thin. There's a cool pattern with this box for a scarf that's really more like just you knit a cuff from a worsted, from a 2-ply worsted, and then you attach to the cuff these really long tassels, and you kind of bring those tassels around through the cuff to make the scarf. It's really cool.
Interesting.
So the 2-ply worsted is here. I'm hoping this will be enough. I was guessing, like I just took some. I think I took half of the braid, and it's been a long time since I did something this thick. So I don't know how it'll turn out. It might be a little too big, but we'll see. And then with the other half, it came with locks.
Oh my!
I did art yarn. I've still got it in me to do art yarn.
Oh my gosh.
So I did a single ply with like thick and thin, lumpy bumpy, like you can see there's like some really big chunks. Like this little guy right here, well, he's not little at all, but. And then when I plied it, I added these mixed breed locks to the yarn.
How fun.
Now, there was several YouTube videos about how to lock the locks in, and I didn't do that. I just put it in between the 2 plies and let it... So I may lose a few, like they may fall out, but it is what it is. It's so fun. And someone asked me on the YouTube video if I found it hard to do the thick and thin since I've gotten a little more consistent. And at first, it was really hard not to draft it out. But I just kind of forced myself to just let it go. And I kind of reminded myself every time a bump went in to make another bump. So even my bumps were consistent. But I was able to get back into it, and it was kind of refreshing just to kind of, oh, that's a little thin there. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really thick. Oh, well. It was really refreshing to not care. And yeah, there's some really big, funky, bumpy stuff there. It's so cool. Yeah, so that's that one. And I promised myself I wouldn't ply until the end of the tour.
Oh, but you had to do that.
I couldn't resist. This one was so fun. Those locks were like, Plying.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Cool.
And then this is what I'm currently working on. So this is 50% Gotland, 25 merino, 20 tussa silk, and 5% viscose tweed. So there's actually 2 colors that came with this. This was the February Fiber of the Month Club box. One was yin and yang. I don't remember which was which. I don't think, oh yeah, that one is attached. So I did singles and samples of each color. And the suggestion in the box was to do mosaic knitting, which I'd never done before. I think I might have done like the shift, the night shift along hat, and the night shift are mosaic knitting. I didn't realize that's what it was. So I watched a little video and, a little video on Craftsy, and I used one of the charts in the Craftsy class to do a little swatch of actual mosaic knitting.
So that was this one.
Yeah. I ran out of tape. I don't have any tape in my whole house, so these are like falling all over.
We'll fix that for you later.
Yeah. But there's a little bundle back here. So this is the black, it's Gotland, right? Yeah, black Gotland. Mm-hmm. And that little 5% viscose tweed is so cool in this yarn. I'm trying to spin it quite thin. I'm trying to get a fingering weight. And you can see in this, so this is the white. The tweed bits aren't really easy to see. They look like neps. Mm. In the black, they look more tweedy. Mm. And at first I was picking them out. I thought they were, mistakes. And then I realized, that's
intentional.
That's the tweed. That's the way it is. So I've got the white done. The black is on the wheel right now. I'm hoping to finish that off tonight. But I love the way the black is.
Yeah.
Those little tweedy bits are just so cool. And it smells so sheepy.
Oh, really sheepy.
I love it. When you're spinning it, you get the fumes of it. I love it. So that's my progress on tour so far. If you have been following me on YouTube, I have shared a lot of this. And I can't believe I'm actually sampling.
I know. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
It's kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah. So then I'll have a record of,
exactly
everything that I've done. And I'll know if I get a Gotland wool, I'll know what I did before, and Fun.
Nice.
The only thing I did not bring with me, and I don't know why I didn't, was the other one of these, the other Eco Soul, which was it was called Milk. This was Grassroots. The other one was Milkweed, and it was like pink and purple and gray. It was really pretty. Oh. And I did that on the Nano, on the train on the way back from Boston. I did one bobbin, and then I did the other one when I got home. And so I'll put a picture of those in here, because they are pretty. And that's it. That's where I'm at. So far, so good on the Tour de Fleece spinning goals. I didn't take a rest day on the assigned rest day, but I rested the weekend of the 4th pretty much. So I'm calling that the rest day.
There you go.
So if plans continue, I'll get the Gotland done tonight, and then I can do the ice dyed silk. That's going to be a beast. I've never spun straight up silk before.
I thought you had and you found it.
I tried to spin sari silk.
Okay.
Recycled sari silk.
Okay.
This is straight up silk. And I've never, but Trish did it for her first 4 or 5 days on her live on Fiber Love Diary. And I mean, she's amazing. She makes it look so easy. But it was stunning. It's so pretty completed.
The shine.
And she did a 2-ply straight up lace weight. It's wow. Yeah, it's like spider web thread. It's crazy. I'm not going to be able to accomplish that, but yeah, so that'll be next. And if I can get that done before the end, I can start on the alpaca and the merino.
And the tour goes till when?
The 18th, I think,
18th of August?
of July.
Oh, of July. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Either the 16th or the 18th, I can't remember.
So not much longer, really. A
No.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So that's it for my spinning.
Cool.
Acquisitions.
Acquisitions. I have just two. Well, one order. Two in the order.
2-in-1
Yep.
acquirement.
Yep.
Is that a word? Acquirement?
So I honestly can't remember whether this was an announcement on Instagram or if this was an email that we got as Yarnable subscribers. I think it was on Instagram. But these are Hypnotic Yarn, Cheryl from Hypnotic Yarn, and she had like a spur of the moment update kind of thing in the shop, and her yarn is, oh my gosh, I get them in the Yarnable subscription box, and they're so soft. I don't know, they just are so
love
squishy.
that purple.
Yeah, I mean
Purple is crazy.
she's very, very good with her colors. They're both fingering on her plush sock fingering, 85 Super Rush Merino and 15 nylon, 437 yards, 100 grams. This one is purples, pinks, yellows.
Little dots of yellows. I love it.
It's so pretty. And that one is called Yacht Club. I am going to venture a guess that these are no longer available because usually
They sell it quick.
her yarn goes fast.
Yeah.
This one is blues and purples. There's some green in there, some pinks in there. Oh, it's just so pretty. Even a deep, deep green up here.
I love just that little bit of
Yep,
negative
there's just
space.
a sparkle here and there of
Yeah.
negative space.
Yeah.
And this one, the colorway is Lakeside. And it reminds me of the lake with the
Like sunset. Yeah. Sunset at the lake.
The
Yeah.
deep blues and greens of the lake, and then the sunset, trees. Oh, I had no business getting more yarn, but I did.
I've resisted the urge since the Arno and Arnie and Carlos debacle.
Mm-hmm.
I've resisted it. I've looked. Oh, trust me, I've had it in the cart.
I just loved them. I had to
Yeah.
have them.
Yeah.
So
Well, you deserve it. You've been working hard. You need to treat yourself.
Yeah.
I have no yarny acquisitions or fibery acquisitions. The only thing I've really acquired is I got some other cube bin thingies to hold my yarn in, and I reorganized my yarn again. And I got these little acrylic apothecary jars to put my minis in. Of course, I couldn't bring them because it's a mess, but I will put a picture up. And I got them at on Amazon, and I thought they were going to be big, and they ended up being little. So I had to pack the little things in there like sardines. But they fit, and they're in their little spot in my yarn closet, so they worked.
Yep.
I think that's the only acquisition I've had. Yeah. I'm fixing to have another one though.
Yeah. Yarn cruise. Next weekend, right?
Yeah.
First sprint.
If I can be really good on the yarn cruise though, I'm going to reward myself.
Big
Big
time.
reward. I want a Hanson Crafty spinner. Yeah, I do. So that's like my motivation to not buy all the things on the yarn cruise.
Yep.
I can buy some of the things.
Yeah.
I can buy all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to take a very serious inventory of are there any things missing from Notion pouches or things like that I absolutely need to have? And I really don't think there is.
Yeah. I don't think. I'm gonna inventory needles again, but I'm pretty sure if anything, I might have a size or two of DPNs that I would like to have.
Yeah. I think a good set of metal DPNs for me.
Yep. I think I've already done it, but if I didn't, there might be a couple of holes in the sizes. But I like the Knitter's Pride Zings for metal needles.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried all sorts of different ones. They're metal, but they're not super slippery.
Mm-hmm.
That to me they're more slippery than bamboo, but they're not as slippery as like chrome or
Right.
the real smooth needles. And they have a colored shaft, so they're kind of color coded with the different sizes and just a silver tip. No join. That color and that silver has no join. So that's been the problem. I've tried the Carbon's needles and I've really liked them. I like the idea of the carbon fiber. It's very sturdy. But that metal tip where that join is, the yarn was catching on it. I just don't like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the Zings have officially been my favorite for DPNs. Yeah.
I have very few metal DPNs. I think I have 2 size 1s, two sets of size 1s, because I use that for my toes and socks. And you're right, they're those aluminum, Joann's fabric,
Susan
Ames,
Bates or
whatever, yeah. And they slide, like if you're not careful,
You'll lose.
they just fall right out of a sock. And then I have a few random ones that I think I've picked up here and there. But they're the same thing. They're just that cheap aluminum. And I would like a nice set of. So that will have to scope out for her. And that might be my only purchase during the yarn cruise.
Yeah.
Because I can't do fiber.
Yeah. I don't think I need any fiber, but I might find that I want some. Who knows?
It could happen.
It could happen.
I'm still on the search for doing a hand spun sweater. But the problem is, when I started spinning, I just went, ooh, that's pretty. It's kind of like with yarn, right? It's, ooh, that's pretty, ooh, that's pretty, ooh, that's pretty, and nothing goes together. And I didn't know what I was doing, not that I do now, but I just kind of spun it, and I didn't know, to look at your singles, like if you want a fingering yarn, how to calculate what you want your single to be in order to achieve that. And I just kind of spun Aran weight and worsted weight and chunky, thumpy, bunky.
I don't think that's all that uncommon when you start out spinning. You want to spin something so badly.
It was great practice, and I do have some beautiful yarn as a result, but nothing goes together. So I would love to get 2 pounds of something and spin it just for the purpose of making a sweater.
I want to eventually get to the point where I can, it doesn't necessarily have to be fingering weight. If I could get down to sport weight, I'd be very happy. But I want to be able to have some yarn and make hand spun, hand knit socks.
I've done 1 pair in worsted, and to be honest, I think my twist is a little too tight because when I wear them, they hurt the bottoms of right on my heels. I think where the yarn that I used to make the heels with, I think was either a little rough or a little overspun, so it, you can feel it when you're walking on a socks. So
yeah.
But I'm with you. I want to do a fingering weight, hand spun pair of socks. Yeah. And I've done Aran, worsted, couple of DKs. I've done 1 questionable fingering. And I've done lace. But for some reason, that sweet spot of the fingering weight yarn, I can't hit it.
Practice.
Yep. I did find, I can't remember what website it was. If I find it, if I remember it, I'll link it down below. There's a website where they talked about if you're looking for, say, a WPI of 14, how to calculate what your single needs to be if you're using 2-ply,
Yeah.
and what your single needs to be if you're using 3-ply. So I use that formula with this one,
Polworth.
the Polworth, to try to get a 3-ply fingering weight out of it. I don't know if I achieved it or not, because honestly, I don't check my single as often as I probably should. So there's times where I get lazy and it gets a little thick, or I get oh, this is thin. Let me thinner. And, you know, I'm looking for like a 21 wraps per inch, and I'm put my thing up on like 45. Whoops. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, when you get in that mood, just make me a spool of thread. I'm so with it. Gee whiz.
Some of this fiber just naturally gets so thin. But it's a little deceiving, because with the Gotland merino, what is it? It's like Campbell's soup of
Tussa silk and something viscose tweed.
Yeah. That spins so thin so easily.
Wow.
Like going onto the bobbin, but then once it gets kind of past the orifice and on the bobbin, it almost puffs up.
Oh wow.
So it's like when I'm measuring it between my draft zone and the orifice, it's looking like it's really thin. But then once it gets up on the bobbin, it and it looks a little thicker. So I don't know whether it's all that combination of fibers, the merino in it, whether that puffs it up. I don't know. But I feel like I think it's going to be a fingering, and it's going to...
And you're not doing it long draw, like a worsted spin?
Nope. Woolen spun.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. The white didn't do that. The white, I think, is pretty good. There's some thicker bits. That's where those tweedy bits will get me. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's got to kind of throw your feel off as you're drafting.
Yeah. Because
you have to let those pass, but the instinct is, no, I want thin.
Yeah. But I mean, this stays pretty thin.
Oh, yeah.
But the black does not. The black just wants to poof.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. That's it for acquisitions and all the things for me.
Me too.
Okay. So if you lasted till the end, God bless you for listening to me yammer. Don't forget the contest. Comment below which Advent stitch marker box you would like to have. Ocean, Forest, Christmas,
and
Celestial. Comment below.
Maybe we'll poke in a picture of the four different theme boxes.
Yeah.
But I'm not showing you stitch
not what's
markers.
inside, just the box.
That needs to be a surprise.
That's your own little surprise. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you would like to find us on social media individually, where can we find you, Julie?
You can find me as Julz.Makes on Instagram, Julz Larrabee on Ravelry. My Etsy shop is Julz Makes. I'm also on Facebook as Julz Makes. And the website is www.julzmakes.com. I think that's all the places.
All right. I am Nanas_house15 on Instagram. I am Nanas House 15 on Ravelry. And of course, you can find us here and on Instagram at Nutty Nitty Sisters. So until next time, stay nutty and keep knitting.